Lethal Company is a fantastic game, and since its launch in October of 2023, it's easily become one of the most recognizable games out there, rivaling the likes of Minecraft and Among Us in terms of indie game popularity. But since the game's release, I've noticed that more and more games similar to it have been released, with games like R.E.P.O being the most recent entry into the genre as of writing this video. Now, technically speaking, these games fall under what's become a rising genre in the gaming scene, extraction games. Now, extraction games have been out for a while, as extraction games like Deep Rock Galactic, G.T.F.O, and even the game that basically created the genre, Escape from Tarkov, have been out for years at this point. But it's only recently that this genre of gaming has seen a rise in games, and even more recently has it spawned its own subgenre that focuses primarily on horror, with games like Murky Divers, Content Warning, and the aforementioned R.E.P.O being some of the recent entries into this new subgenre. But just what about these games makes them so fun to play, and oh so damn appealing? Well, I think I might have the answer to both those questions. But let's start off with answering why these games are so fun to play. To be honest, the answer is really simple. It's because of these games' ability to create fuck around and find out scenarios. And I know that sounds really stupid, but just hear me out for a second, okay? In a game like Lethal Company, obviously your main task is to collect scrap, right? But what happens when you're running through the facility and come across this? A man-eater. Now, any rational person would see this little ball of terror and walk away from it, right? Yeah, well, what if you're playing with a friend that decides to fuck around and let it loose near the entrance? Well, I'll just have you find out.
The blood's trying to tell me something. The blood's trying to say I should fucking leave.
Ah! Oh my god! Now this is just one out of many moments that can happen in Lethal Company, but moments like these perfectly illustrate why these games are so damn fun. It's because, to put it simply, these games put the experience of the player into the hands of the player, allowing the player to fuck around and find out as much as they want to. Which is great, because it allows each run and experience to be different from the last. But now that I've explained why these games are so fun, I want to talk about just what exactly makes them so appealing. Now the short answer is that these games are both fun and funny as hell. But the slightly longer answer is that these games are usually pretty cheap and are not only fun to play, but also fun to watch. See, with the recent world events, more so in America, it's become kind of hard to buy games, as it feels like everyone's being kind of forced to save money, what with the price of eggs and such being at an all-time high. Which has unfortunately meant that people like me with tight budgets can't exactly go out of our way and buy the next $7 game because, well, some of us need to be able to afford rent this month. But this is exactly why games in the horror extraction genre are so great, because a lot of the time, these games are fairly affordable, costing no more than $10 in most cases. Meaning that if you're reluctant or just straight up can't drop the money to pick up the next big AAA game, then you can only spend $10 to pick up a game that you can not only have fun playing and afford, but enjoy playing with friends as well. But now that I've talked about how the affordability of these games helps their overall appeal, I want to talk about the one other reason they're so appealing. See, what makes a great hit game is its ability to not only be fun to play, but also be fun to watch as well. Because even though you may find a game that's fun to play with friends, it likely won't reach as critical acclaim as other games unless it's fun to watch. Which is exactly why games in the horror extraction genre are so damn appealing. Because even if you're not able to play the game yourself, you can still enjoy it by watching your favorite content creator have a blast playing it. But with all these reasons combined, it's no wonder why games in the horror extraction genre take off in popularity the way they do. But I think that's just about everything I wanted to say for this video. Now if you enjoyed the video, please let me know by dropping a sub and telling me in the comments. Trust me, they help out way more than you think they do. So yeah, feel free to do the usual YouTube stuff and I'll see you later.